Welcome in the new video, in the first video of the year. It's 2025. I feel purpose running through my veins. I'm generating momentum. I'm bathing in it. Not creating it. I'm taking advantage of everything. Bro, I'm yapping. This idea for a video came to me while I was just zoning out on a bus on my way back home from the gym. I just thought, bro, I'm really doubting it. Happens, I'm being honest, very clear, very transparent. I'm doubting everything, especially some of you know I have that past trauma of hate this word, especially with this movement. Let's not. I have that past triggering situation where all of my ideologies that I've worked on and stabilized my mindset upon were gone, just because I was basing it from on something external and illogical and irrational. And it caused me to have derealization and diving too deep into concepts that have nothing to do with being present and happy, but only intellectualizing suffering and trying to dig deep into topics that are not relevant. Just very deep-rooted internal doubt in anything that I do. And that's a challenge and a superpower and a blessing, because it causes me to work harder, to be smarter, to dig deeper, to stay consistent, to push through no matter the doubt, because it sits somewhere deep within me. No matter what I do and how hard I work, I'm doubting it. And so I'm sitting on a bus, and some of you ask me, where do you get these ideas from? I don't come up with them. They come to me uninvited. I don't want them, but I'm blessed to have them. Enjoy. It's too much information flowing from one stream. Let me just categorize every statement I want to say, right? We need to have a clear goal, a smart, time-bound why you're doing this. Anytime someone asks me how to do this, how to become this, you need to have a why. Having motivation for this kind of thing is what I'm talking about. You have to have a smart goal, a smart why. Getting lost in the process of it is what I'm going to be talking about in this video. That's why we can't maintain motivation. There are several reasons. The value of the why dissipates slightly. What we need to keep our focus on is not actually the why, which was the revelation that I got on that bus. I was like, that actually helps me a lot. Erases the doubt a little bit. So let me start from the beginning. Why do we lose motivation? As I said, because most of the time, because we don't have a clear goal. Or if we do, the goal is not as relevant to us as we thought. Maybe it's not our goal. Maybe the goal is just actually not for us. You thought you wanted to be a footballer. Now it's not that relevant. Maybe this just wasn't for you, so you stopped wanting it. That's okay. That's why you can't stay consistent. You lose motivation. You lose that purpose. If you want it really bad, the why is so strong, it doesn't have to be put into words even. It's a sensation. It's so strong, you can't break it. You just know that you're meant to get there by any means. AMP. There are a lot of reasons why people lose motivation, but I'm not going to state all of them. It's just the main two. If you don't have a clear, why I'm doing this, I'm getting here, by this time, I'm going to have this, you might not have it, or it's not as purposeful, as clear, as strong, as smart, and with a timeline. That's one reason. The second one, the main one, is fear. Fear of failure mainly. And that fear is a catalyst for so many more issues, such as burnout, because you fear the failure so much, you're willing to put in so much work, unsustainable, and just not practical. You don't need to be doing that. It's causing you to suffer first, and it's causing your process to not just slow down, it's regressing it. Mental fatigue and burning out is one of the reasons why people lose motivation, because you're working too hard because you fear that failure. Fear of failure is also very tied with lack of confidence. I'm not sure. The doubts that I was talking about. That's why you lose motivation. If you don't come up with that simple one-phrase solution to it, all the doubts, all the negativity, all the fears, they will just consume you. And having that strong purpose and getting rid of the fear and the doubt is the key component, key equation to any kind of success. I'm gonna get there because I know why I'm doing it, plus the doubts are not stronger than me because, no, listen, I came up with that solution on that bus. We need to celebrate being given the opportunity. Stay with me. You know how some people live without dreams? They live without any purpose, any meaning, any ambition. I'm just sitting on that bus and reflecting. I'm sitting on that bus and just thinking to myself, why do I even want this? Like, why do I get up in the morning and do all of this crazy stuff and talk to my camera and edit for hours and come up with ideas and write and go to the gym and style photo shoots and talk to people that are very uncomfortable to me, and I just push myself so much? Why do I don't want to do it. Like, seriously, it's not even doubt, it's just like reflection. The thought of, why am I actually doing this? Because I'd much rather just indulge in quick gratification. Like, I'd much rather eat something sweet and comfortable while watching something sweet and comfortable. So after this degenerate thought, I had another one, which sounded something like, how blessed you are to even be sitting on that bus at 4 p.m. while all the people are coming back from work, miserable, lost, sad, and they're not even aware of these emotions. They're just stuck somewhere deep inside their heart because they're not doing what they want to be doing. They're going to come back home and try to comfort themselves with all of these things while you are suffering inside the process of getting where you want to be. And that suffering is a chance, it's an opportunity. How you can maintain that motivation and how you can maintain that, fighting that fear and fighting that doubt and staying stronger than it is just celebrating the fact that you've been given that opportunity to have a chance, to have a dream. It's not really your choice. Very often people who have big dreams and ambitions can't even explain them fully. Like, yes, I have a why. Yes, I know why I'm doing this, but I don't. Like, I wish I wasn't. You know what I mean? No, I don't wish I wasn't, because I'm doing this and I want to do this and I know that I'm meant for this. But there's like, I didn't really like click a button to choose this timeline. This is given to me. This is a chance. Celebrating it is like giving gratitude. This is one of those videos that come back to gratitude. I always say this, any self-improvement, mental health, self-help video will always come back to one of those three things: balance, gratitude. What's the third one? I always forget. Balance, presence, and gratitude. This is the gratitude one. But that's simplified. Like, if I told you how to fix your motivation, be grateful. This is not what I'm saying. You really need to like deep this thought. Think about it. Feel it. Don't think about it. Feel it. Like, use it. Try to use it to generate that momentum of like, I'm doubting myself. I don't want to do this. I don't want to stay consistent. It's like, it's been the third week since I'm locked in, and I see no progress. There is progress in the moments when you don't see the progress. Like, you're not meant to see it. You're meant to show up. That's how you build trust. Your faith grows through you just trusting with no evidence. Be grateful for the suffering. In a sense, just not the suffering. Let's not call it that, because that's masochistic. Like, I have that ambitious gene in me, which is like, we gotta suffer to get this, like, proof that you deserve this, that type of thing. And I'm able to push myself way too hard. And I could view it as a bad thing. Like, I shouldn't be so hard on myself, but that's truly a blessing. Like, my ego needs that type of suffering because it's very strong. My ego personally, it's super strong. I may seem kind and soft and empathetic. I have a humongous ego, and that's that balance. But I just don't show it because I'm training myself to control it really hard. And celebrating being given a chance to try is already fixing that problem of negative self-talk, of boredom, because you're monotonous. How do you say that word? You're fixing the issue of having monotonous routines. Staying focused on something that doesn't change its structure for a long time is boring, even if it's challenging and requires a lot of strength, focus, and mental energy. It fixes that problem. Celebrating being given a chance to sit and struggle in the boredom, in the negative self-talk, in the burnout. Celebrating the fact that you've been given this delusional hope of a dream, of a vision. Not delusional that it's like not achievable, but delusional in the sense that it doesn't fit the standard of what you could be or should be doing right now. You have this crazy idea and you're suffering because of so many things that I just listed. Celebrate being given a chance. That's the genius phrase that I can offer you today. Hope this helped. Sometimes, like, the most degenerate, I love this word so much, the easiest compensation tactic that your mind uses in order to fix doubts is celebrating the win. In a sense, that means that law of assumption as a manifestation practice is also a response of your ego. It's like, I'm so scared, I'm gonna quickly assume that I already won. That's fear. Celebrating your wins a bit too quickly is slightly risky on the ego part because, first of all, it takes away your focus from the process of getting there. So you're not present. You don't actually like the process. When you get there, you're not going to like the result because the whole process was stained with this misery, with this, oh, I hate to do this, I don't want to do this, or doing too much so you burn out, so you can't physically enjoy the process. That's why it's risky. And even though I usually promote law of assumption and generating a feeling that you're not yet familiar with so that you can prepare your subconscious to tap into it in the future and, generate choices that will give you that. What's the word? I'm losing words. That will give you that outcome. So you basically need to assume, I'm not going to explain law of assumption to you. Like, we're on the same wavelength. We don't have to go into the basics. We're not the manifestation girls. We're manifestation women, okay? We know it. You wake up in the morning suffering from the doubt, suffering from lack of evidence of your progress, suffering from lack of confidence, lack of support if it's outside things that are the difficulty of the suffering, the cause of suffering in your situation. How you can reverse the circumstances and take advantage of that suffering is to celebrate the opportunity to suffer, the opportunity to be that ambitious and to be that crazy about something that is not giving you any reciprocation just yet. Just trusting in the unknown, giving that chance to trust, giving that thought. Like, where do your thoughts come from? You don't choose the flow. You just choose singular thoughts from that flow. You know what I mean? It has to be something divine. So that's actually, someone commented like a few days ago about like free will and predestination. And that got me sitting and thinking about predestination and free will. Like, where am I at with this understanding? And I feel like that's a cohesive balance of both. Like, you can't have one without the other. We don't actually have free will, but we don't actually have the story pre-written, but we do. Akashic records or whatever that thing is in the Quran. I don't know if the Bible has it, but like I have been believing in that all my life. Like, it's all pre-written already. We are living some kind of a story that's already chosen. Maybe all of the timelines were chosen already, and the one that you end up living is dependent on your choices. So in a sense, you do have free will of picking the timeline without knowing the outcome, but all the outcomes are already written. You know what I mean? So it's a collaboration of both, in my opinion. Because because your thoughts, your ambitions aren't actually your choice. Your consistency, if you show up or not, if you make that dream happen, is your choice. But the fact that this thought, this dream was given to you wasn't actually your idea. You picked it, and that was the act of free will. But the fact that it showed up to you, the idea came to me, the thought came to me, that's divine. That's what you need to be grateful for. To generate something stronger, an emotion that has more value than dwelling on the suffering and the lack of confidence and the fear of failure. Generate emotions. You're powerful enough to control your mind. That's the base of every single video that I record. Okay, I hope you have your strong and time-bound and smart reasons why you're doing the things that you're doing every day written down already for this year. Learn to control your mind. Go after things that you fear. That fear is preparing you for the person you need to become, like the person that you are saying that you will be in that outcome, That fear is a blessing. It's a challenge. It's like, yeah, fear, come here, prepare me for the person I need to become. I need to fight and win with that fearful scenario, with that risky situation, with that lack of confidence, in order to be the person who will get the outcome. Like, there's no other way. This is how the equation goes. So train the mind, sit in silence, be present, be grateful, celebrate every moment. This wasn't your usual write 10 to-do lists and stick to them, and this is 5 ways how to. I might do that though, because I do have a lot of progress tracking and maintaining consistency kind of routines that I've generated, and they help me. So I might make a video like this, but this was just calm and reflective. Just think about it. Celebrate every opportunity that you get to suffer.